What if some animals we think are extinct are still alive today? Around the world, people say they have seen animals that should no longer exist. Some were seen in deep forests. Others left strange tracks near rivers and swamps. Most of these stories may be wrong, but animals thought to be extinct have been found alive before. So today, we will look at 7 extinct animals that may still be out there. We will check the sightings, the clues, and the truth behind each one. And as we move closer to number 1, the evidence becomes harder to explain. Number 7. Billy ape. Deep in the forests of the Congo, people spoke of a huge ape that did not act like any animal scientists knew. Locals described a creature taller and stronger looking than a normal chimp. It sometimes walked on 2 legs. It built nests on the ground like a gorilla, and adult males were said to stand more than 1.8 meters tall. For years, outsiders treated the stories like jungle folklore. But in the early 2000s, researchers found signs they could not ignore. Nests, droppings, bones, and finally photographs. The mystery ape was real. Genetic tests showed that the Billy ape was a chimpanzee, not a new species. Yet its behavior was so unusual that it seemed caught between a chimp and a gorilla. That is what makes this animal so important. A large ape lived in the modern world, but science did not properly recognize it until the 21st century. Therefore, when people say a remote forest is too well known to hide something big, the Billy ape gives us a reason to pause. How many other animals are still behind those green walls? Number 6. Cape lion. The Cape lion once roamed southern Africa. Old reports described a massive cat with a thick mane that looked almost black. Colonial hunters killed lions across the region, and by the 1860s, the Cape lion was declared extinct. But extinction is not always a clean break. Sometimes an animal disappears while part of its bloodline remains in living relatives. In 2016, a genetics project raised that exact possibility. The Cape lion's genes may have survived in isolated lion lines that had little contact with lions from other parts of Africa. That would not mean a perfect Cape lion still walks the grass. It could mean pieces of the lost animal remain, such as its dark mane or heavy build. There have also been reports of unusually large, black-maned lions in remote parts of southern Africa. None of this proves the Cape lion survived unchanged. Maybe extinction took the animal's name, but not every trace of it. Number 5. Iriomote cat. On one small Japanese island lives a wild cat so rare that even local people may never see it. The Iriomote cat moves mostly at night. It slips through thick forest, hunts near rivers, and avoids open ground. Camera traps sometimes catch it, but clear footage is rare. The cat exists only on Iriomote Island. There is no second wild population waiting somewhere else. Roads cut through its habitat, cars can strike it, and new building pushes deeper into the places where it hunts. Some experts fear it may already be extinct in the wild, or so close that finding the last cats could be almost impossible. Others believe a few still move through the mountain forests, unseen and uncounted. Imagine searching for one dark cat in miles of wet jungle at night while it is trying not to find you. The Iriomote cat may be disappearing in front of us while staying almost invisible. If the cameras go silent, would that mean it is gone or only hidden? Number 4. Japanese serow. Now comes the proof. The Japanese serow is a shaggy goat antelope from the mountains of Honshu. For centuries, people thought it had vanished, while old stories kept it alive as a spirit of the forest. But reports continued. Farmers, hikers, and forest workers described a stocky animal with curved horns moving through steep, wooded land. The stories sounded ancient, yet the details matched. In the 1980s, the serow was confirmed alive in remote forests. A large mammal had hidden in a crowded modern country. It was not on an unknown continent. It was in Japan, beyond roads and towns, protected by rough mountains and thick trees. That matters for everything still to come. The serow shows that people can be wrong about an animal's disappearance. It also shows that folklore can hold a real memory after science stops looking. Therefore, the next 3 creatures should not be accepted without proof, but they should not be laughed away too quickly either. Number 3. Arctotherium. South America once had the largest bear known to science. Arctotherium was enormous. On its back legs, it could stand more than 3 meters tall. Its fossils have been found across South America, including Argentina. The giant bear is supposed to be long gone, but in the Andes and Patagonia, stories continue about a creature called the demon bear. Shepherds, miners, and people far from cities have described huge reddish-brown bears. Some reports mention attacks on livestock. Others tell of tracks larger than those of any known bear. There are no clear photographs. No body has been found. That is a serious problem because an animal this large would need food, space, and a breeding population. Still, the land is vast. Parts of the Andes are hard to reach, and Patagonia holds forests, caves, and valleys where few people walk. A small group might avoid roads for years, especially if it feared humans. Is it really Arctotherium? Probably not, but a large unknown bear in those mountains is harder to rule out. Somewhere past the last farm, something may still be leaving giant tracks in the snow. Number 2. Deinosuchus. 80 million years ago, North America was home to a crocodile relative called Deinosuchus. It could grow up to 12 meters long. Its skull was larger than a T-Rex skull, and it was powerful enough to attack dinosaurs near the water. That is almost the length of a city bus. So why do people still whisper about it? Across the swamps of Louisiana, Florida, and Texas, witnesses have reported alligators far larger than any normal adult. Some come from hunters and workers who know the local animals well. The strangest claims involve the Mississippi River. Sonar, which uses sound to reveal objects underwater, has reportedly shown shapes more than 10 meters long. A real Deinosuchus surviving from the age of dinosaurs is extremely unlikely. It would have survived millions of years without leaving fresh bones, clear video, or solid proof. But deep swamps may hide an undiscovered large relative of modern crocodiles or alligators. Not a true Deinosuchus, but something big enough to create the stories. Dark water hides size very well. You may see 2 eyes, a rough back, and a wake moving toward the reeds. The rest stays below. Number 1. Mokele Mbembe. In the swamps of the Congo Basin, local people have told the same kind of story for generations. They speak of a huge animal near rivers and deep forest pools. It has a long neck, heavy body, and tail. Some describe it as a plant eater. Others say it becomes dangerous when boats come close. The creature is called Mokele Mbembe, often explained as the one who stops the flow of the river. To outside ears, it sounds like a sauropod, one of the long-necked dinosaurs. That should be impossible. Dinosaurs like that disappeared about 66 million years ago. A breeding group of giant animals should leave bones, feeding signs, trails, or clear images. But the stories have not stopped. Explorers have collected dozens of eyewitness accounts, and people from different villages describe similar shapes. There are reports of huge tracks near the water, sudden waves in calm rivers, and animals seen for only a few seconds before sinking into the swamp. Critics say witnesses may have seen elephants, hippos, large reptiles, or floating logs. Fear can change a memory. Stories also grow with each telling. All of that is possible. But now look at the place itself. The Likawala Swamp covers more than 50,000 square kilometers. Much of it has no roads. Thick forest blocks the view from above, and regular air watch is almost absent. Waterways twist through flooded trees, while mud, insects, heat, and disease make travel slow and dangerous. A person can travel only a few miles and feel cut off. Now imagine an animal that spends most of its time in water. It would not need to cross a highway or stand in an open field. It could feed under tree cover, move at night, and vanish into channels missing from most maps. That does not make Mokele Mbembe a dinosaur, but it makes the missing proof less simple. Maybe witnesses saw a known animal from a strange angle. Maybe an unknown large reptile lives there. Or maybe the old stories began with something science has never examined. Far inside Likawala, the water stays dark. Something pushes through the reeds. The trees shake once, but nothing comes out. And if extinct animals can still be hiding out there, imagine what else the world hasn't revealed. Subscribe, because the next mystery might still be alive.